Think we really offer you free flowers? In this economy, it's time for War of the Roses on KDWB.
It's a guy on the phone who needs your opinion, Jenny, and he'll get to that in a couple of seconds. But basically, he's wondering if this is natural behavior for a woman to do. But let's back up a little bit. First, we got Cole on the phone. Good morning, Cole.
Morning.
So talk to me a little bit about, Cole, about what you walked in on earlier this week. Tell me the whole story about what happened.
Yeah, so I work nights, usually, through the night, get home with the sunrise. But a couple of days ago, I got home early, and my girlfriend was still up, and I kind of walked in on her checking herself out in the mirror in full lingerie, like garters, stockings, like this really nice lacy top, and she never wears that for me.
Okay. So you walk in, you're probably going, oh, my God, what a great day this is going to be. You thought she had done it for you.
Yeah, but then she was kind of in shock and kind of seemed flustered and explaining that, oh, yeah, sometimes she wears them under her clothes to just feel a little confident and sexy. But it just, something seemed off. I didn't buy it. And I guess that's my first question is, do women do that?
I mean, I guess that, I've talked to people who are like, oh, yeah, I wear thongs. We've had callers on the show before. It's like, oh, I wear thongs to feel sexier, or I wear, nice bras to feel sexier. But Jenny, full-on lingerie, what do you think?
No, I feel like that's a little bit extreme. I think people wear certain things to feel sexier, sure. But, lingerie is not comfortable. So after a while, you're going to feel uncomfortable, I feel like, with clothes. And some people might disagree with me, but I would not personally be wearing something sexy, lacy, especially like garters. Usually there's like buttons or something that's probably going to chafe up against your skin with other clothes on top of it. So that's weird. And the other sign that I feel like is really weird is if I feel like she should have been able to pivot and been like, oh, you're home early. Like, I was doing this for you or something. And she didn't. She got flustered. And so her best excuse was, I just like to do this sometimes. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know if I saw in an episode of Sex and the City or something where maybe Charlotte dressed in lingerie under her clothes. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong about that. But your suspicion is that she wasn't dressing up for you, that maybe she had plans later that day with somebody else. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
That's what I was thinking. Like, she's getting, ready for her day, and she's going to go out to work and maybe a little lunchtime break, afternoon delight. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a little concerning. If I came home and Susan was putting on lingerie, I'd be like, number one, who are you?
Yeah.
This has not happened for a long time. So you're a little suspicious, but it kind of builds on something else that you thought was suspicious, too.
Yeah, so this past weekend, she kind of built up for a bit that she wanted to go see the Northern Lights. And I was like, oh, cool, okay, that's something, it's been on her bucket list.
Wasn't there like a Northern Lights?
Yeah, they said that there would be some kind of, what is it? Not meteor storm. What's it called? I should know this. I'm a weather girl.
Yeah, but
the sky was lit up. It was a good time for it.
You
know. So she talked about it, and I kept being like, all right, well, do you want company? I'll drive you up so you don't have to worry about driving. And she kept saying, no, this is something I just kind of want to do by myself. This is a solo kind of,
Okay, almost kind of like an experience that she wanted to have by herself, like almost a spiritual, one-of-a-kind bucket list kind of. So what time does she leave, like, on that night? What time did she leave?
She got ready to go around, I think, almost 9, like 8-ish, 9. She was out the door.
Okay. And what time did she come home?
It was like 1 in the morning, which kind of is about the right amount of time to go check it out. But then I asked her if she's able to catch any photos so I could see what she saw. She's like, oh no, I didn't take any photos.
Well, to be fair, some people like to experience things like that and not have their phones out.
Yeah, I know the photo isn't going to do it justice, but at least kind of like, oh yeah, I can almost imagine what it would have been like. It just felt a little like I would take a photo. I wouldn't be proud of the photo, but I would take one.
Well, yeah, I kind of get that. But, she wanted to go alone. I mean, there's some justification, like, I want to go alone. I want to take pictures. I just wanted to be more of a, But that just seems kind of an odd coupling of the Northern Lights, and then a couple of days later, is there any other signs that is she, I don't know, wearing her hair differently or taking phone calls outside or texting, and you say, who are you texting? And she's like, oh, that's nobody, or that's my mom. Anything else?
Nothing like too out of the norm. I just, I think our juxtaposition of schedules is just really tricky, so maybe I'm reading into that. Sometimes she has energy when I don't, and, we're not always on the same page with things like that.
Well, I got to tell you, I know right now it's weird how people confide things in me, and right now I know probably 3 or 4 couples that are going through hard times, that one of them is either very unhappy or they're kind of in the midst of splitting up. So I don't know what the story is. Let's hope she's not seeing somebody else. But I think what we can do is we can call her and say, hey, do you want to win the couple's night out? And maybe instead of like a couple's night out, like, axe throwing or pottery or whatever, we can make it even more incriminating and maybe make it like a stay at a hotel, like send them up to the North Shore, go to the North Shore, stay up in Two Harbors or something for a night for the weekend.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Can I go?
No.
Oh.
But is that believable to call from your phone company and say, hey, we're going to give you a survey, and if you win, we're going to give you like a $250 night at a nice place on the North Shore? Is that believable?
I mean, it could be, because roses are expensive nowadays, so that might be equivalent to like an overnight stay somewhere.
All right. Well, here's what we can do. If you're still on board, Cole, we can call her. And if she answers the phone, we'll give her the fake survey. And at the end of the survey, say, hey, great, you won this night at, look up a hotel up on like Two Harbors or the North Shore somewhere. And then we'll say, hey, you won that. Who do you want? We need the names of both people. And, we'll have her name. We've already got her name. But we'll say, like, okay, who's the other person that you're going to be checking in with? And that's when there's no reason to say anybody but Cole.
Yeah, especially if it's like a romantic fall getaway.
Yeah. Okay.
And
all right. We'll set the trap and see whether she bites or not coming up next. So hold on, and we'll be back with a phone call on War of the Roses on KDWB.
Back to Dave Ryan's War of the Roses on KDWB.
I want you to, if you get a minute, text in and let us know, because I don't know if women wear lingerie just to make themselves feel sexy underneath their clothes, because that was kind of the premise of the whole thing. Was he came home early from work, he works overnights, he walks in and she's like, wearing lingerie, getting dressed, and she's like, now the wise move would have been, if you're making something up, you'd be like, yeah, I put it on for you, which would be like, okay, you're coming home from work, you probably want to go right to bed, and I put the trouble to put on lingerie. So
Bailey, what do you think?
I feel like it's not normal necessarily, but I definitely see like wearing sexy underwear to make yourself feel better about yourself, and you don't even need to have anyone to show it off to. But I feel like I know tons of people who would wear like something lacy just to have confidence. Period.
Yeah, even though nobody sees it except you.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're cheating or anything. It's just that, hey, I wanted to wear this so that I could feel like a powerful bad bee.
Then it's coupled with the fact that she went for a little solo Northern Lights trip last week from 9 until 1 in the morning. And he's like, I'll go along with you. She's like, no. And he just thought that was kind of weird. Then she came back with no pictures.
Yeah, that's sus.
So I'm looking at a bunch of text messages. You can always text us at KDWB1 53921. And a lot of people say, hey, anybody who's seen the Northern Lights say the pictures look way better than how they look in person. She definitely would have taken photos. And we got that text a dozen times from people saying the same thing. You really can't see the Northern Lights in Minnesota without a phone. I really don't know. Another text says, no, women don't do that. She was probably taking pictures for her other honey.
I mean, maybe the women don't do that or don't say that they do that. It's not all women.
No, totally, yeah. So what we can do is we can call her and offer like a getaway up on the North Shore and see if she chooses Cole, who sounds a little bit like a pushover, I'm not going to lie, that he puts up with maybe more than he should. I don't know. But let's see what happens when we set the trap on War of the Roses.
All right, that's all the time I needed from you today, Ella. Thanks for doing that. So we're actually doing a special right now for everyone who's taking these surveys, and I have a lovely overnight stay at the in Two Harbors that we're offering. And right now, it's just the perfect time to get up that way. It's fall colors. The getaway includes a spa. What I need to know is, would you be available to already head up there this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I will.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get that booked then right away. I'll just need a little bit more information from you. Obviously, I have your name and phone number. I also need to know who the guest is that you're going to be bringing with you.
So I'll go with Philip.
Oh my God, that's your boss.
Oh.
What? Who's that?
Yeah, she pretty much fell right into the trap.
Oh, I feel icky right now.
So
Your boss.
What's going on? I'm not my boss. What?
okay, so let me help you out a little bit. As you can tell, so things are not as they seem, Ella. We set a little trap for you. It's the Dave Ryan Show over on KDWB, and we set a little trap to see who you would want to go to spend a fall romantic weekend with. And the person who put us up to that is your boyfriend, Cole. But you didn't choose Cole. You chose...
You chose the guy you're wearing the lingerie for.
And is that your boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my boss, but I didn't think this was some sort of romantic getaway. I mean, I just thought it would be a great opportunity for us to just, do some work.
Yeah, and you'll feel sexy under your clothes with your lingerie. Yeah, you won't take anything off, of course. Right.
Stop. You're totally making this way bigger than it should
Well,
be.
he was telling us about how you were dressed in lingerie the other day when he got home from work early, and you seemed a little bit, surprised, and you said you were going to wear that under your clothes. And he doesn't really buy that. He just thought that, wear it under your clothes to feel sexy. And he was suspicious, and then with you disappearing last week with the Northern Lights. But I think
is that where you were this weekend? That's where you were, right, with him? That's where you went.
Look,
Did you even see the lights, or you just saw his lights?
I don't like you questioning, my judgment. This is normal, okay? Girls do these things. They wear lingerie, feel pretty. Stop. What are you doing?
I will speak for women
what
to
are
say
you
that
doing?
I don't think it's normal to have your boss come with you on a weekend getaway. That's supposed to be pretty romantic considering spas are involved. No, I'm not inviting my boss. I'm inviting my partner who I care about.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you understand. I just wanted to work. I wanted a nicer place to work, okay?
I'm sorry, but as a woman, I don't believe this at all.
Bitch, who the f*** are you?
Oh,
Damn,
Jenny.
We
Wow.
are ready to fight.
Text message response. There are a bunch. There's no way that she wore lingerie just because. It's comfortable for an hour, but it's so uncomfortable wearing it all day. It was like a lacy bra and underwear, then yeah, I would believe that one. Another text says she is absolutely cheating. This one hits close to home. I dealt with a very similar situation. Sorry, guy, get out. I hate to admit I've been cheated on a few times, and she is cheating.
I really like this text. Somebody said she probably took the pictures of the Northern Lights, but they're amongst the pictures with her new boo.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Yes.
They were just scrolling. Be like,
Okay.
Gotta be careful not to scroll too far otherwise.
Yes. She had a night under the stars with another man. This girl is a disgusting and terrible person.
Dave, why do you think you said that you think the guy Cole's a pushover? Why?
Because he's calling the radio station to do War of the Roses instead of confronting her. I mean, seriously. So many people on War of the Roses, they don't even need to be on War of the Roses.
But sometimes we need those people or else we won't have any more of the roses.
I get it. No, I totally get it. And somebody said a minute ago, and I can't find the text, they said, what is wrong with the morals in our society? I can't believe that War of the Roses is still in business after all these years. If you really think that people are going to stop cheating, there will always be people who are cheating for different reasons. Some are really bad reasons, and some are ones they can justify in their mind. So there are always going to be cheaters. Always. And that's why we keep doing War of the Roses.
A lot of people are saying that they wish that they could hear the rest of the phone call with Jenny. They were like, fight, Jenny, we ride at dawn.
I mean, there's a point where you just have to be the bigger person. And so the phone call wouldn't have gotten too much spicier if you heard more.
You better than me, Jenny.
Also, it's not my business. That was between them, you know.
But it is our business.
Well, it is to an
I would our
extent,
business.
but I felt like all of a sudden I was getting involved and I wasn't letting him talk.
More text messages. Vaughn and I are on the same page today. This text says she sounds pretty defensive for doing nothing wrong. If she, oh my God, that's a straight up B word. No way you'd go with your boss on a weekend getaway. The pictures she took have the boss in them.